Hello everyone, it is Erin Flitto and I am here to do a monthly review, and as you can see I have a bunch of notebooks here because this type of review is going to be a little bit more than usual. So let's go ahead. I'm going to start with my January review. I'm going to look at my annual spreads for my normal notebook and then for my goals. And then I am going to do a February migration. And then I am going to do a review of the books that I read for my challenge. So that's why all these notebooks are here. So let's go ahead, reduce the clutter, and start off with January. So let's go ahead. I'll do a little quick flip through of my January spreads thus far. So we have the activity log, events and habits. I still need to fill in some stuff. I'm filming this a little bit early because the first falls on a Wednesday, so I am doing it the Sunday before. So I do have a little bit of time to do some of this stuff, but I'm going to have to wait and see for some of it also. So these are all my spreads this week. And you can see I've already kind of set up some January review. I am switching things up this time, as you can kind of see. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and start on setting everything up, and then I'll talk you through everything. Okay, so I have the basics all set up here. So basically what I'm going to do is this section up here is for a level 10 life check-in. So I have all of my level 10 life headers here. and then I will go ahead and fill in. And then, I mean, I might fill it in like blue if it went up, silver if it stayed the same or went down, maybe. Or maybe I'll just kind of do it every other, like I've been doing. Here is my financial. So this is money coming in, this is money going out, and then plus or difference. We have next month, what I'm excited for, what I'm nervous about. This is going to be my favorite section, which I still have to fill in. And then this is all new. I won't be able to do this for February, and I'll explain next month why I won't be able to do this for February. But I did have, based on the goals that I set out here, so I had a work, business, and a personal, but I broke down my personal into two, so workouts and alphabet dates. And then I just kind of forgot about the bathroom, but that's fine. Anyways, it is what it is. And then I have work, which I forgot to do that. I have the work section, and then I have the business section. So we have add all dates to SharePoint. So when I say all, I mean I needed to complete at least 50% for my boss's climate change goal. So I did do that. It is at 62%. And then I conduct my second inspection on Monday. So right now I have this blank just in case something goes wrong for whatever reason. It won't. So then I'll put 2 of 2 here. Business complete, prep 50% of uploads by the 8th. So that is 50% of filming that was completed. And then have 2 releases in January. I did have 2 of 2 releases. Personal workout 25 times. I don't have this filled in yet because I am filming on Sunday. So working out today, tomorrow, and Tuesday. I will complete 25 of 25, which I'm very, very happy about because I hurt my back, and then so I hurt my neck here and I hurt my back here, which made me not be able to work out. So I'm so happy that I'm still going to reach that goal despite those things. So that's very nice. So that is what I've said here. And then, so I will put how many days of strength training, how many days of cardio, how many days of walks. And then my boyfriend and I had a push-up challenge this month. So we did 31 days, 50 push-ups each day. And that resulted in 1,550 total push-ups for the month. I had to do makeup days. So technically I did 29 days, but the 2 days that I missed, I made up other days. So I'm putting it because it's my own challenge and I did it. So I'm really happy with it. So let's go ahead. Again, I have to fill in this section. I did go back in and fill in this section. And then let's see what I have here. We made progress on that. The credential audit for EPA is done. For non-EPA is not done. The CAS data, I did reach that goal. I put washer cleaner in last night. I still have to do these other things. Did the February content calendar that goes out today. I changed some of the filming around, so that's why some of the things are not checked off. And then I added some more things down here. Here's the income stream so far this month. And then I did calculate my expenses. Let me go into that. Oh, I didn't add all of them. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and add all of them in a little bit later. So that way I can do money in, money out. And this is just for my business finances. This is not including all of my other finances. This is just business finances in here. Okay, so let me go ahead and do the sections and get to it. Okay, I just went through and filled out my whole taxes spreadsheet, which helps me calculate things every month. I do have that Notion dashboard for sale, by the way. It's over on my website. I will have that linked below for people that are content creators and things like that. It is US based, so if you are outside of the US, there are some things that can probably help, but a lot of my filters and things like that are specific to US and how they calculate sole business owner expenses. So we have, I want to do this in gray. Okay, so coming in, I had 1546.09. Going out, this was kind of a weird month because I bought some furniture, so that ups it a lot. 656.05, which means I'm still net profit. 890.04, which is very good. Very happy. Okay, so let's do, oh, I filled out my favorites. Sorry, I just completely forgot to say that. I filled out my favorites. My favorite movie of the month was The Core. My favorite book so far, I have not finished this book, so my favorite book so far, I probably should have left this blank, because if that book ends like not great, then I'll probably say Red Queen. But the book I have absolutely loved is A Blizzard of Polar Bears. But I am halfway through, so we'll see. Song is Sweet Nothing by T Swift. Meal has been Buffalo Wings. I've been on a huge kick. New thing is something that I got from Archer and Olive, so shush. I won't say anything more right now. Moment is we had a big sea date day where we went to a Chinese buffet. We watched The Core, we watched The Climb, and then we went and got Carvel with the dogs, which is ice cream. So very happy about that. I'm going to wait to fill in excited for and nervous about off camera, because I really need to sit down and think about it. And there are so many elements to this review that reset that I want to get through some of it. And I actually lost an hour because my partner locked his keys in his car. So I had to go help with that. So let's go ahead and look at level 10 life things. Okay. So these are what my level 10s were. The second column is what my level 10s were when I filled this out in November. So I don't expect them to be much different, but I do want to acknowledge if they are. So I think I will just trade off, and then I'll put a little plus or minus at the end of the bar. So for goals, I feel so good about how I'm setting goals right now. I'm going to put that at a 10. And it was at a 9 before. And the reason why I think that is because it's the new year. A lot of people are goal setting and things like that, but I'm hitting my goals, which make me very, very happy. Because even if it's a new year, even if you are motivated, it's hard. It is hard. I might not fill all these in, but this is basically what I'm doing for all of these. I think I'm just going to set the outer limit just to save a little bit of time. Fun, what was it at? Okay, it was at a 7. We restarted alphabet dates, but I have that currently in the family and relationships. Family and relationships is at a 10. I will keep that at a 10. So fun, Sunday activities and mini getaways. We kind of did that, but not for a fun reason. I guess I'll just keep it at 7 this month because of the reason why we did our little getaway. So work, I'm not making credential progress. I'm working on the audit right now and other things. I have been very frustrated with my work situation right now, so I'm gonna move this a tick down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was at a 7, and now I'm going to put it at a 6. Yeah, some work situations are upsetting me a lot, so it is what it is. Family, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and keep that at a 10. I feel so good about that. Health-wise, monthly run goals. I should not have put that for my quarterly goals because running in the winter is hard. But I have set fitness goals monthly. I'm going to keep it the same. Actually, no, I'm going to go up a tick because completing that push-up challenge was a big deal to me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm moving it up 1 to 8. And I've been eating candy less, so I feel good about that too. Okay, so business is currently at a 7. Yeah. I think, actually, you know what? I'm going up to an 8 because there are some things that I've implemented. The weekly check-ins. I feel like I'm on top of my stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Financial, log business finances, save $200 monthly. As we can see, finances are doing pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to move this up. Actually, I'm going to bump it up 2. Because I feel like how I'm tracking things is also going well. And then physical environment, finish a home project and organize office. I did organize my office. Did I finish a home project? I'm trying. Yeah, I did the bathroom shelves. So let's go ahead and tick that up 1. So that would be a 7. Because I finished the bathroom shelves. So I will go ahead and fill that in a little bit later. So that is my January review done. I hope you like it. Again, I'm going to fill this off camera because I need to rack my brain about next month, and I have not done so. Let's grab my pens. Okay, so that is my quarterly goals. If I go back, so I can't really mark any of these things off till the end of the year, unless I did like some one-off things like open a second account, set up business bank account, things like that. Those things haven't been done yet. I did create a cleaning schedule. I can mark that off. Cool. And I guess I can technically say I finished a home project. Paint house and railing, clean and organize office. I did that. What I want to do is wait until the end of the year to mark that off so that I keep maintaining the house and office. All right. So that is my goals check-in, quarterly goal check-in. I did the level 10 life check-in. Let's go ahead and back up and then fill in some of this stuff. Did I do any of these things? Nope. Oh, yeah. Yeah. See, I really did put a lot of priority on just finishing one thing, because I feel like if I finish one thing, I'll feel better. So I did put a lot of emphasis on just finishing at least one home project. That's funny. Okay. Home projects, shelving and bathroom. So I didn't actually end up, I kind of want to put some extra shelving in there. I have to see what I'm going to do. But I did add a few things in here for home projects. I have a lot more to finish. This was a video on my channel. If you missed it, coming up with my ideal cleaning schedule. Medical reference. So the dogs went to the groomer. Harley does have another groomer appointment in February. I did go to the doctor. So I did have a doctor's appointment. So I am going to fill in my color. Harley does have a doctor's grooming appointment, not a doctor's appointment. I don't have the dates for either of those. They're in my phone, so I will figure that out. This I do have to do, but I don't do this until the 1st. So basically what I do is I measure different parts of my body to see how the numbers are looking, because weight isn't really an accurate representation if you are doing a lot of strength training. The 12 fitness challenges of 2023, you can kind of see that we have a plan. I was kind of like moving things around and stuff like that. So I will go ahead and put our biking in. Is this dry? Yep. Okay. So this was number, where is my 10? So this was number 6. Perfect. I'm going to just place that in there just in case. So we are doing biking for February. Basically, we are just doing it simple. We are going to bike for 20 minutes every single day in February. If you have a bike, stationary bike or regular bike, and you live in a nice climate and want to partake, you can also modify it for whatever you want to do. If you would rather run, then you can run for 20 minutes. If you would rather, if you have an elliptical and you would rather do 20 minutes on the elliptical. So the whole idea is moving your body cardio wise for 20 minutes a day. I know we have another thing coming up that's going to be cardio down there, but the focus right now is biking for 20 minutes every day. So if you want to join us, you are more than welcome to join us doing that. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Here is my running log. Again, it is winter. It's a little bit difficult. Business income and expense log. So I have to... I'm not going to fill this out quite yet because I have to wait till the 31st, or well, the 1st to fill out the website. That might also affect this number. I'll just adjust it if that's true. YouTube videos, monthly business to do. I have gone in and filled this out a little bit, and this is something that I can reference when I am setting up for February. So that's it. That is great. Let's go ahead and do the migration to February. Now that we have finished all the annual things. So in February, we have, you can see I've already kind of filled in a bunch of things in here related to, oh, there's a grooming appointment, related to birthdays, related to holidays, related to doctors, related to YouTube videos, things like that. Activity log, my habits. So let's go ahead and mark in what habits I am doing. So the first habit is always working out. The second habit this month is going to be bike challenge. The third is hip mobility. So those are just some exercises to work on my hips a little bit because they've been really sore. And ankle mobility. That's not how you spell ankle. The next one is going to be prescription, and then the last one is supplements. Okay. We have finances here. Again, I will have that mimic last month. So if I go in here, well, I guess mimic what I am inputting into here, which is website, YouTube, Instagram affiliate. So this is my income stream. So website. You know, I set this up prior to doing my taxes and coming up with this Notion dashboard. So those aren't quite the categories that I track anymore. But I, when I did this, I didn't leave enough space for the amount of categories I would need now. So that's upsetting, but you know, it is what it is. I wish I would have worked on my taxes a little bit last year and come up with this Notion dashboard last year, so that way I can do it consistently throughout the year. So I will keep these all the same just so it is consistent. But in my Notion dashboard, I will have the various types of expenses and things like that. So that is finance. And then tasks. This is where the main migration will go into. So work-wise, let me look at this. I do work for the federal government, so if you are confused, we just use a lot of acronyms for everything. So we don't have inspections, but I do have to submit OFCMs. I am sure I have other work tasks that need to get done. Again, I am meeting with my boss soon about all of that stuff, so I do want to leave some room for the things that she indicates that we need to prioritize. So home, we have So home is a little bit different than what I've done in the past. So basically, these are things that don't fall into cleaning and projects categories. So this is mostly like, you know, I want to, you know, the dogs need to get their medications, or I need to pick up a prescription, or, you know, things that are like more family oriented, not necessarily cleaning the house. Those are all the things I know right now. Oh, this bee's birthday. Okay, so that is all of that stuff. Let's go ahead and look at business. So this is where I use that handy dandy list right here to figure out what I need to put in this category. So we have, what are the kits? Let me look. So the February kits have already been completed. So this would be for March. So we have library. Oh, and it was a tie. That's why I can't remember. I think I decided to do the garden and plant lady kit. So all right. The business list is always the biggest list. And partly because the home stuff breaks into multiple categories, and then the work stuff, my type of work is very consistent. And I don't put in do this inspection report, do finalize and transmit this inspection report, and things like that. So I got a little bit of a break. Cleaning. Now I do have my monthly cleaning list. All right. So we have okay, I think that is everything. There are some things that I'm going to have to put from the quarterly at some point, but I don't think that that is now. And I do think that some of these kind of qualify as projects. At least in my brain, they do. Let's do... Okay, I think that's everything. Y'all, I'm getting tired. Okay, I think that's everything. Goals. So some of these goals are easy. So let me look. Okay, so some of these are going to be the same. So... So I am trying to phase away from Patreon. So I am doing subscriptions on my website. So I need to kind of prep the website for that. And then date night is date night C and D. No, not C and D. We did C, D and E. At least we've been kind of having fun with this. So we do like, we do really, really enjoy it. So sometimes we do more than two. So last month we did A and B kind of together, and then we did C a couple weeks from then. And I think the D date night is this first weekend in February. So that is the plan there. So that is all the migration. I also did put together a content planner and a review page, but I will show that another time. And then this is just, again, my normal stuff. Okay. February's done. So we have January done, annual pages done, goals done, February migration done, and now the fun parts. I'm going to look into my reading journal, and just kind of give you a review of some of these books. So I have read 1, 2, 3, 4 books. Well, for more than that, technically. So basically, I'm having to adjust things because I do read books at night. They're little novellas. I have not filled this in, so don't mind me. It's on the bookmark. So I've just been reading when I complete a book because it's not easy to track the number of pages. So these are just like the days that I've completed like the little novellas and how many pages it was, but they're Kindle pages. So it's like, it's not as much. But let me go ahead and talk about these books because Anti-Time Management, I hated this book. 2 stars was generous. I absolutely did not like this book. And I started writing down all these things in my goals planner because it's very much goals related. What are these? Time tipping, making goals your final cause, setting final causes. This whole book is bull honky, and I am so passionate about it. It made me so mad. So Anti-Time Management, I gave 2 stars. That's generous. I'm gonna say I would give 1.5 stars because there were a couple things that I thought were good ideas. But essentially what this book is trying to do is say eliminate, delegate, and outsource. Well, Mr. What's your freaking name? Richie Norton. If you outsource everything, then there's no one to do the tasks, right? Because if everyone came up with this principle of eliminating things that they don't want to do, delegating things they don't want to do, and outsourcing things that they don't want to do, then there's no one to do the things that you don't want to do. I got so mad about. I wanted to DNF it, but I actually rage read the book. So, I think I should be able to do half stars. I put 2 stars in my Goodreads. So I think I should be able to do half stars. So that is the book I read at the beginning of the month. Red Queen, I did really, really love. I have started this book before, but I never finished it. So I'm really excited for the second book, which is Glass Sword, and I am reading that for the challenge in February. I did read Atomic Habits. I have to find my little stencil. So that I can mark that in. I believe Atomic Habits I gave 4 stars, if I remember correctly. And I think I gave it 4 stars because there were some aspects of the book that I really, really liked, breaking things down, starting from small. But at one point in the book, and I feel stupid for harping on this one thing, but at one point in the book, they say instead of doing 100 push-ups a day, you should start and then get frustrated with yourself because you are just doing, you're going to like burn yourself out essentially. Why don't you do 1 push-up a day? And for me, that was kind of the problem with this book, is that while I thought it was such a good idea to break big things down into smaller things and work on progression, you also have to start from a point that is realistic to progress upon. 1 push-up a day is really, like, if you can only do 1 push-up at a time, that is totally fine. There are things that you can do to grow, right? But why wouldn't you start with doing 10 knee push-ups a day, or doing 10 push-ups throughout the day? So instead of doing them all at once, you try to do 10 push-ups, 1 push-up, every hour or something like that, right? It's like there are other ways to progress. So you can't start from such a low point that your progression is kind of ridiculous, right? Because if you start doing 1 push-up a day in January, 2 push-ups a day in February, right? Like, it needs to have a realistic baseline that is still pushing yourself, because goals aren't really meant to be comfortable, right? Goals are meant to push you at a pace that you're comfortable with, but not push you to the point, or not push you. You know what I mean? Like, setting a goal isn't like, there's something to be said about setting realistic goals. Anyways, you know what? I'm not going to harp on about it. I gave it 4 stars because there were just those tiny little things that I was like, okay, well, that doesn't really make sense. That's not really how you do things in real life. You don't just start with 1 push-up a day for 30 days. You still have to like push yourself a little bit. And then A Blizzard of Polar Bears. Again, I have not read it. I am halfway through. Right now, I am definitely giving it 5 stars. However, I will say that is because it makes my nerd science brain, who's into climate science, who's into conservation, who's into biology, who's into saving wildlife, that is because the book does get very technical, but I do think it's like a really good balance between learning moments about like what you have to do to test polar bears in order to see how the climate is impacting them, what types of heavy metals are in their bloodstreams and things like that. And for most people that aren't environmental scientists, that may become a little bit too much. It does get into the weeds quite a bit, but I really like that because it is part of my passion. So if you have an interest in the science side of things, this book is great because it really does get into the science of things, of climate change, of, diminishing ice and things like that, while also being a suspense thriller book. So I have just gotten like into the suspense part, which is making it a lot fun. But you do have to get about halfway through the book of a lot of technical stuff in order to get to the suspense stuff. So I just want to set some realistic expectations there. But for my science nerd brain, I loved it. I am loving it. So just a little heads up there. I DNF'd for December on this book, but you know what? This is a 2023 notebook for my reading journal. So I might come back to that. And then I am going to be reading 2 of these books in March. I do have to find a book from an Irish author, but that is for another day. And again, it's not the end of the month, so I'm not really going to do statistics. I will show all of this part kind of when I get to my March, because I've already set up February and that's already listed. So once I get into a March setup, then I can go back and show a flip through of January. Just because when I film these, it's only halfway through the month, so I can't really show you anything consequential. So I do want to like kind of do a review in March of my January. Like, hey, here's my March setup, but first let me look at my January spreads and then I can flip through those. So that's the idea there. So those are the books that I have been reading, some of my random thoughts about them, and that is my entire reset. I don't want this to go too long, but let me know if you like all the elements of this reset, the little look into finances, the review page in January, going through the annual pages, setting up the next month, and then looking back at the books that I am currently reading. And then let me know what you think about all that. So thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.